So what's my plan with Netflix? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tactical Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. And yesterday I made a video and it got great feedback because a lot of people just seeing long-term value in Netflix. I want to do my part in not just talking about all the upside and the potential for profit. And although in yesterday's video I did talk about the risk involved and how it doesn't have to recover right away, I want to give certain points and maybe some concerns that people have. I don't just want to be someone that is one-sided and only focused on, hey, because it's been bullish for the past 180 days and it's been making higher highs, that it has to recover. One of the things that we have to understand is that nothing has to happen. Would it make sense that Netflix, especially while we're still in this kind of like COVID period, that it can still continue to do well? There's no question that during this COVID time, Netflix subscriptions have increased as more people are spending time at home. We talked about, what caused it to sell off yesterday. And if you missed it, it missed earnings, so it exceeded revenue and they exceeded expectation on the second quarter for new subscribers. And I give the example for Bed Bath & Beyond, and this is not something that's been as bullish as Netflix, yet it's still recovered and is up 20% since its poor earnings because, again, it's a very short-lived drop. And that's kind of what I wanted to present yesterday, is this kind of like negative catalyst that is normally short-lived. And because it's so bullish, how it can recover. But I wanted to talk about some of the concerns. I wanted to talk about my trade plan. And again, just using that as an example, a lot of people were asking, hey, what do I plan to do with my open position on Netflix? A lot of you guys saw that I entered right around $474 a share. And right now it's trading at, if I'm not mistaken, where is it at? At $490 a share. So I'm up as of right now quite a bit, about $1,000 profit. But what's my plan? So with Netflix, my entry is at an average of $474. My exit, my plan, is based off of current price points, and where I saw a lot of consolidation is right before the earnings report. It showed a lot of consolidation right around 520. A goal is something to work towards, not something that has to happen. Would it make sense that Netflix can make higher highs? Yes, of course. Hold something for a very short period of time. If anything, I really don't like holding them overnight. But I see so much value in Netflix for the short term that I can easily see this thing recovering to 520. I can lock in my profits, and if it continues to uptrend, that's great. But one of the sayings that we have is I make money in the stock market by selling early. So you can set up whatever plan it is that you want. Again, so my exit, where I plan to sell for potential profit is 520. Obviously, if it begins to show resistance at the EMA line at 506, at 510, whatever the case might be, I will lock in profits. That is my main focus every single time. Yes, I would love to do it at 520, but again, I definitely don't have to. My stop loss, something that we all need to take into consideration. I got in at an average purchase price of $474, and although I have averaged up, I would set my stop loss right around $470, as that's where we saw a lot of consolidation after earnings. So I would see that to be a pretty solid support. And again, if it continues to sell off, I can at least buy at a later time, but do my part in managing my risk. Why do I see potential? Earnings dropped, presented a dip buy opportunity. Because of the poor earnings, it dipped, and although Netflix is super bullish, it presented Netflix for a short term of a 10 to 12% discount, which then I was able to buy, and then where I plan to sell offers a 10% upside. So that's, again, why it is that I see value in it. Feel free to set up your own plan. What I want to talk about is the concerns of the tech bubble. Netflix is super bullish. Again, I know a lot of people just love to spread conspiracies, but it's something that we need to take into consideration, especially during such uncertain times. The overall market has been super bullish, and it almost really doesn't make sense why NASDAQ, right, and all major markets are recovering so quickly, yet our overall economy and, with unemployment rate and COVID cases, it's still so uncertain. So with the idea of the tech bubble, meaning that tech companies, and Netflix does fall under that category, asking the question, are tech companies overvalued? And that just continues to be a concern or something in the back of the head. And again, that is more for long-term investors. I know a lot of you guys are asking the question, hey, I would love to buy right now and hold this over time. The only thing, again, I want to make sure that you are aware of is the overall idea of the tech bubble. And if it actually does end up happening, it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it actually begins to sell off. I'm not here to instill fear in you. I'm just here to present just the other side of things. I don't want to just be someone that talks about, hey, this thing's going to recover and shoot up forever, when, hey, tech companies can be overvalued. And if there's a solid correction, it could have a negative influence. As we ease out of this COVID period, is demand going to be less than expected for Netflix? Just something that I want you to be aware of. Again, I don't want to just be a channel that talks about the upside, but I also want to talk about the downside and the risk involved. So the tech bubble, and also we're in very high demand time right now for Netflix. This most likely isn't going to last forever, but I see Netflix to be the leader in the online streaming kind of platforms and services that are now available. So could it make sense just because of that aspect that it can continue to thrive and do well? I do think so, but again, just because I see value in something does not mean that you should as well. I really hope that you learned something new, and if you did, I hope that we earned your thumbs up. Also, don't forget to stay connected, sub to the YouTube channel. We upload new videos every single day, keeping you guys up to date on what it is that we are focusing on. On top of that, we do run a free Facebook group. We have 285,000 members, and that's going to be that first link down below. I appreciate your guys' time, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.